Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to the Diversity and Inclusivity Committee's roundtable discussion. It's an absolute pleasure to join such a diverse and engaged group of OHBM in Montreal this year. My name is Hyang Woon Lee. I'm a neurologist specializing in the treatment of various brain diseases, especially sleep disorders, epilepsy, and brain aging. I'm a professor of neurology at Ewha Women's University in Seoul, Korea. I was a member of Diversity and Inclusivity Committee and currently a member and chair-elect of the new SIG called Women in OHBM. In this video, I would like to present some important perspectives of the Diversity and Inclusivity Committee by sharing some issues from my point of view as a clinical neuroscientist and at the same time as an Asian female scientist. To reflect a more diverse and inclusive perspective, I invited 2 summer internship students from my lab to get some realistic data on female scientists and gender-related medicine issues here in Korea. We had a sort of mini roundtable to embrace their unique experiences and identities as Korean scientists. So, let's get started. Hi guys! Thank you for joining me today for this mini roundtable discussion. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Kevin Kwok. I'm a student at Princeton University, majoring in neuroscience on the pre-medical track.
And I'm Esther, also a pre-med student at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and I'm currently majoring in psychology.
Oh, so both of you are pre-med students. Then do you have any thoughts of becoming clinical neuroscientists in the future?
Yes, I would love to become a clinical neuroscientist or physician practicing in neurology.
And potential OHBM members someday.
I would love to. That is why I'm participating in this event, and it means a lot to me. Nowadays, advancing diversity is becoming very important, and I'm also interested in ensuring diversity in STEM here in South Korea.
Yes, so Dr. Lee, we know you're currently an active clinical researcher and physician. Can you tell us what kind of research you do, and how do you run your clinical research lab at Ewha Women's University?
Sure. Since I'm a clinical neuroscientist, my research questions always start from the patients. Based on many clinical needs, I've been working to solve these questions that can be helpful in real clinical fields. To this end, my research has been focusing on multimodal neuroimaging electrophysiology studies and the development of novel treatment methods using neuromodulation interventions for chronic neurological disorders. Combining medicine, engineering, health, computer, and technology, I've been pursuing joint research with university-based academic research, hospital, and industrial fields.
That's very impressive. Dr. Lee, would you tell us about your activities from international organizations?
I hold various positions in domestic and international organizations. In particular, at the International League Against Epilepsy, also known as ILAE, I served as a TF member of the Educational Committee on the Neuropsychiatry section. Since many patients, especially with epilepsy, are minorities, and they often need help from their family or society, I've been trying to help them by educating epilepsy patients about commonly associated emotional problems such as depression and anxiety, and emotional burdens of their families. Even though gender issues are no longer binary, there are still difficulties as women researchers. Women face multiple challenges at various stages of their lives, which is why I decided to take part in founding a new SIG, Women in OHBM. In the realm of science and medicine, dedicating significant time and effort is essential for cultivating research experience. Women have encountered many challenges in pursuing their professional aspirations while striving to balance their roles as wives or mothers.
Speaking of women scientists, I was curious about the current state of gender equality in STEM, so while I was looking into it, I found that only 2 out of 10 scientists in Korea are women.
This is why cultivating and fostering women scientists and engineers are very important. The research shows a decrease in the number of women entering college to pursue science and engineering since 2019. The predicted number of students will decrease to about 144,000 students in 2028.
Recently, however, trends are showing people have started to recognize this problem and have begun to implement diverse and inclusive environments for women. These trends demonstrated that we are slowly but surely advancing to embrace and uphold the principles of gender equality and diversity in STEM.
I agree with that. Nowadays, organizations dedicated to supporting and upholding women are being more profound across all levels of education, including high school all the way up to graduate school. And even if not a direct effect, it's great to see that there's been an improvement in the long run. So you showed us how diverse your lab members and research projects are. Are there any major contributions by Yuhwa to this preceding effort?
Sure. As one of the prestigious universities in Korea, Yuhwa Women's University have been actively supporting women in many aspects. Back in Joseon Dynasty, Korea was a very patriarchal society in which women and men couldn't sit next to each other in the same room. Because of that, women had a difficult time getting treatment from physicians who were primarily men at that time. As a solution, Yuhwa built a women's hospital and medical institution dedicated to women's health care called 보건여관. It was back in 1887, over 135 years ago. 보건여관 served as a transformative space, allowing them to discover themselves in a heavily male-dominated society. Each year, thousands of women sought medical assistance here, where they received free treatment.
I guess this establishment shows how society adapts to current issues and finds solutions. So women can find and receive medical treatment, which is a fundamental human right.
Also in 1996, our university established engineering school at Yuhwa. This is the first women's engineering college in the world. This initiative was aimed to create a secure and nurturing environment, enabling women to maximize their potential even in STEM fields.
Let's go down a bit from the institutional scale with the next question. Dr. Lee, how are you applying some of the strategies for diversity and inclusion at the individual level of your institution? This can be the hospital, school, or research lab that you're in.
I have provided assistance and collaborated with students from various backgrounds in terms of ethnicity and majors. I have also endeavored to acknowledge the diverse skills and talents of my lab members, aiming to foster mutual growth and enhance the overall diversity within our group. Our lab has implemented the protocol proposed by the Korean Foundation for Women in Science and Technology, also known as WISET, with a focus on training global female leaders.
Some additional current efforts happening in Korea are the Female Graduate Student Engineering Research Team Support Program and the WISET Mentoring Program, both of which are being widely utilized by students at Yuhwa. The grad student-led program gives students from middle school, high school, and college the opportunity to join a women graduate student-led research team and conduct research in engineering. This program is excellent for kickstarting a journey in this field or even learning that engineering is an option to pursue later on.
The WISET mentoring program offers mentoring for many different subjects in STEM, and this can be very beneficial for students who want to develop their careers and interests.
One of the divisions of mentoring programs is the Global Growth Mentoring in WISET. Many students from Yuhwa actively engage with this program, and I'm hopeful that an increased number of students will have the chance to benefit from many resources like this. There is another organization called GISTER, Gendered Innovation for Science and Technology Research, which emphasizes sex-gender differences in research. In this respect, neuroimaging studies sex-gender differences as well as racial, ethnic, or environmental differences are very important but have not been addressed properly. I think OHBM can contribute important roles in this respect to recruit diverse researchers as well as diverse big data from a worldwide population.
I agree with you, Dr. Lee. There are significant areas that need to be improved on over the next 50 years in neuroscience research. In addition to diversifying researchers, speakers, and educators, I believe increasing research on the female brain as well as expanding research subject to people in different racial, ethnic, and cultural groups can be the answer to improving diversity and inclusivity at OHBM.
These steps are imperative, especially studying the female brain, as there have been studies showing sex differences in the human brain that may be correlated to sexual orientation or gender identity. The causes of these differences are not yet known, but upscaling research on the female brain and making it more widely known to the rest of the neuroscience community can allow for more complete and inclusive studies, as well as lead to other areas of interest regarding brain development.
As for diversifying population samples, most neuroscience research in the past focuses on subjects hailing from Europe or North America, with mostly white populations. Being conscious about the racial and ethnic makeup of the research population, while also making efforts to include subjects from Eastern Asian and minority groups, would help ensure that a comprehensive and inclusive studies have been conducted. In terms of diversity and inclusivity for research subjects, I think the OHBM conference should play an important role. It is quite essential to provide opportunities to participate in research and obtain data evenly by gathering various researchers and subjects from a worldwide population. And finally, despite many obstacles including the COVID pandemic, the next OHBM meeting in 2024 will be held in Seoul, South Korea. We are so excited to meet you all in the land of K-pop, K-food, K-movies, and all the unique cultural cradles. So, this concludes our mini roundtable today. Once again, thanks for listening. Bye for now.
Thank you, bye.